Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, you know how this works. I still like to remind you if something doesn't make sense now, just keep it in mind. You'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. Okay, so we're going to talk to Willie or NENE. I am assuming that's the way you say it. Oh, excuse me. Apologize if I don't say it right. Um, he's like all bouncy, like kind of like he's jiving to some music, kind of just like a. Do it again. He's just standing there, kind of like. So yeah, very upbeat, big smile on his face, happy-go-lucky. No, it didn't hurt when I left. So he's starting right off with that. So I'm assuming he wants you. That's something you feel like he yeah. That's something he feels like you need to know. They always tell us what we need to hear, not always what we want to hear. He's saying, girl. Oh, I can't say it quite like he does. Girl, you know I love you. Girl. I can't, he's dragging the word out. I can't quite do it the same way he's doing it. He's saying something about you having a hiccup in the road. He says just a little hiccup. So evidently something's happened. He's not saying how long ago, whether it was like yesterday or 5 years ago. Just a little hiccup. He says, but you're okay. You're okay. You got this shit. Get that down home feeling. Home. Home. Home is where the heart is. Home. Even if you aren't home, he wants you to get that feeling of home. Get the feeling as if you were home. In your heart. Because the heart is really all that matters. All that other drama and bullshit doesn't mean shit. And now he actually hiccuped, like physically hiccuped. Just a hiccup in the road. Don't worry about it. Where would you like your hair, Hair, split at? Not sure. Where would you like your hair split at? Are you thinking about combing your hair different and parting it on one side instead of the other? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he means by that. He says you were always good to me. And I want to thank you for that. We should always be good to each other. And he doesn't mean just you and him be good to each other. He means like everybody. Everybody in the world. We should all be good to each other. He says, I tend to have found ways to kind of get myself in trouble. But we should still always be good to each other. He's laughing, like throwing his head back, laughing, like huge laugh. He says, I was my own worst enemy. Got nobody to blame for that but myself. And now that I look back on it, I go, why did I do that? Why did I do that to myself? He says, because I didn't have to. I didn't need to, but I did. And he says, sometimes you do that too. There's things we do to ourselves. We don't have to. We could totally make another choice. He says he didn't always make the right choice. He says, but life goes on. Life goes on and we learn. Yeah. He says you are good for his mom, and he wants to thank you for that. He says sometimes she just needs somebody to talk to vent, to cry on their shoulder. Even though maybe she doesn't physically cry, he says sometimes she feels like she wants to inside, but she's trying to be strong. And it helps her a lot to just know that somebody out there is on her side, which is you. And he's thanking you for that. He says, Mom needs that. Not to wind her up, like, make the drama worse, but just to listen to her. Listen to her complain and not say anything sometimes. He says, you probably don't understand how much that helps her. So again, he's thanking you for that. He says sometimes she just gets really tired emotionally, just tired, just wore out from some of the drama. So she could use a shoulder, somebody to listen. And then he hits his fist on it, like on a table, and he goes, by God, my mom deserves it. Enough is enough. My mom deserves some peace. Okay. Okay, sometimes you get a smell of smoke. It could be a left-handed cigarette, or it's something other than a cigarette. Maybe a cigar, maybe a Swisher Sweet type little. Could be left-handed cigarette, could be both. So when you smell that, and I'm sure I've told you before, you can be in your car, outside, in the store, doesn't matter where you smell it, and you get that whiff. And the first, because I'm not sure which one it is, or if it's both. Like I said, both smells, but it's a smoke, and um, validate him and acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Um, He'll do it. He said something about waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I thought it was going to be like a sign, like you were going to hear a shoe drop, but that's not what he's talking about. Like he's holding up this big ass boot, big, like work boot, and he's dropping it. I thought, wow, that's going to be loud. He said, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it will. It always does. Just be patient. Be patient because things will turn around. It'll turn around. Um, Somebody, I don't know if this is the one you're waiting for the shoe to drop, for things to change or something to happen, but somebody's going to have to go through some of their own hiccups. Somebody that you care about, somebody that you probably love. Feel like they might be younger. And let them learn. He says, let them learn. You can't always stop people from making their own mistakes because they need to learn. What they didn't feel good, wasn't right, it was wrong, then they won't do it again. It's part of life's lessons. We're actually here to learn on, get it. Don't need to start muttering. It's part of life's lessons for us to learn, for us to fall on our face once in a while. And then we learn not to do that again because it hurt. Again, he says, waiting for the other shoe to drop. And then everything will be obvious. Everything will be out in the open. Whatever this is, or whoever he's talking about, he's not saying a name. I think it might be the one that you ask him to watch over. But I'm not going to say that 100%. He's showing me a pumpkin. And then he said the great white pumpkin. White? The great white pumpkin. And the elephant in the room. Now, I don't know what the great white pumpkin is, but the elephant in the room is like, when there's something just so obvious. It's like the elephant can be in the room and everybody's pretending like it's not there. It's not saying what he's referring to. Exactly. He says, be kind to yourself. Be kinder to yourself than you have been. Drink that water, which I'm trying to do. Make that shake, S-H-A-K-E. So I don't know if you have I don't know that he's talking about a real milkshake or if it's like a Herbalife or something like that shake. Be kinder to yourself. Take care of your vessel because you can't stay here without it. And vessel, he's talking about your body. He's saying emotions can totally wear your body out. Be good to yourself. Be good to your body. If you want to look all sexy like I am, you want to look all sexy like me, kind of went like this. Now he's trying to name a song. He's trying to sing a song. Tell your son not to do what I have done, but it's a song. And even if I listen to country music, so they usually refer to something that I know or an old song because I'm old. I have done not to do. Tell your son not to do what I have done. It's in a song. Maybe you could Google that line, figure out what the song is. Let me see if I can. Ah, I should have known. An old song for old people. The House of the Rising Sun by the Animals. So go play that. And there'll be something in that song, a message from him for you. And I thought he was going to say something else. And even if he didn't listen to that kind of music, even if he doesn't know that song, but I think everybody knows House of the Rising Sun. It's because they picked something that I know, so I can find it and relay that. And they'll be, oh, sorry, muttering again. They'll pick something so they can get their message to you through a song. We like to work with music. That's the way my Bob always talks to me, is through music. With that, he's going like this. He's getting ready to leave, but he's going like this. He says, there's some of them that you need to wash your hands of. Wash your hands of. Be done with them. He's making it sound like there's more than one. That just isn't worth your time a day. He said, isn't worth your time a day. And with that, he's leaving. He stops. He's walking away. He stops and kind of sticks his butt out a little bit, and he shakes his butt. He goes, shake your booty, shake your booty. And he's laughing. And now he says, take time to shake your booty. And he kind of blew you a big old kiss, and he's off. Okay. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you so much for being patient. My mom broke her hip, and I've had multiple doctor's appointments, so my life is always crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay. Thank you very much. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later.